When I flew over here at the weekend, the movie on the plane was The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. And I'm not saying that this next introduction isn't Mitty-esque, but when I asked Jake to give me a description or some words I could use to describe him, I'm quoting now. He said, when he's not helicopter skiing or scuba diving, he can usually be found rock climbing, free running, or dating top models. I don't know how much of that is true, but that is how he chose to describe himself. One other comment I would say, if there are any movie buffs in the audience, I've seen this presentation and you might enjoy identifying some of the, I guess, very old or possibly dead actors in the old black and white and silent movie shots that they've got of the old movies.
First of all, that's a bold-faced lie. I don't rock climb, ski, or scuba dive. Everything else is true. So thank you, Terry, and thank you all. My name is Jake Kelleher. I'm Senior Director of Licensing and Business Development at Copyright Clearance Center. But for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to also be the director of a very special film. It's getting buzz at Cannes and the Sundance Film Festival. Oh, and because this is a rowdy STM crowd, please refrain from whistling and making loud noises. So our story begins in the not-so-distant past, otherwise known as the good old days. Back then, life was good. Authors knew their place and publishers understood the rules. They went about the business of publishing while authors researched and wrote. But oh, how things have changed. The party has been crashed. The mysterious character in our midst is known by 2 initials, OA. Like the stars of silent movies when the talkies arrived, our lives are quiet no more. Now, some consider this, the OA, a villain, or look at this as the fight of the century. OA represents a threat to existing business models, but OA represents change. And with change, there's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And the roots of scientific and scholarly publishing are deep, stretching over many centuries. From the seeds planted in the 1600s, a majestic forest has grown. And if that great tradition should fall, what will replace it? At the heart of our story is a single character, the authors. Indifferent to business models, their research carries on. In conversations with publishers, I find an overwhelming sentiment that providing authors with a positive and efficient customer experience is a top priority. At CCC, we hear from publishers all the time. Some have a clear view of how the story is unfolding. Others see the storyline with twists and turns, and they are bracing for change. Our switchboards have been lighting up as this market is evolving rapidly. In the background is quickly becoming a central character as the not-so-silent movie is the funder. Wellcome Trust, RCUK, Hefke, and Max Planck, to mention a few prominent actors, are imposing compliance mandates in this dynamic publishing process. Certainly, open access is becoming the new norm, and our day-to-day reality seems to be in a constant state of flux. OA has become a central part of our business in 2014 at CCC. So where does this leave us? What does the future look like? How will things progress? Some favor the green, some favor the gold. Institutions and funders need to feel confident that their money is being spent on the proper licenses. This requires publishers to be nimble, organized, and to be able to provide robust, accurate reporting, and to do this in a timely manner. At the same time, they need to make things easy for their authors. With OA, publishers face a great deal of pressure and complexity. We at CCC have been listening closely and following the story along. We've been speaking with institutions in the UK and the US, as well as funders and authors. I don't know about you, but I think it's time to take a break. The suspense must be killing you. It's been building from the first slide. I'm not really sure how this story is going to end, and I'm the director of this movie. It reminds me of the War of the Worlds. You remember when Orson Welles broadcast that radio play about the Martian invasion in 1938. Of course, the show was aired on Halloween. Happily for us, Halloween is a long way off. There is no attack or invasion, and there are no scary aliens. Our story is about change, understanding change, and adapting to change. This is a very much doable, and yes, it is time to rise and shine. In 2012, the Research Information Network report by Michael Jubb outlined the need for trusted intermediaries in the APC landscape. What we are really talking about are workflow solutions, making it easy for authors to interact with publishers, making the publisher's job easy to manage the complex. Today, RightSync leverages the latest standards such as ORCID to accurately identify the author and Ringgold to access institutional information. RightSync is metadata-driven. We've developed APIs so that integrating with other vendors is easy. A good example is with the Aries Editorial Manager. So our story can have a happy ending. While authors focus on research and publishers focus on the business of publishing, CCC can focus on the complexities of open access. As a preview of our coming attractions, I'm proud to announce that CCC's latest APC platform, RightSync for Open Access, premieres this June, and our first publisher on that new platform is the American Chemical Society. Thank you very much, and if anyone would like to speak to me backstage, I'd be happy to answer any questions.